When you have an unwavering determination, a fire that burns deep within you, failure will never choke out your dreams. Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Leaders Realm podcast. I'm your host, Tony Camerata. And here in the Leaders Realm, we're building titans of leadership. We're focused on activating a beast mode mindset so we can do that. We're building a mental toughness and becoming stronger in our belief, stronger in our faith, and stronger in building leaders for tomorrow. Now, in last week's episode, we took a deeper look at intense focus. It's the first characteristic in activating a beast mode mindset. We also looked at the principles that we needed: our purpose, eliminating distractions, mindfulness, meditation, setting boundaries, and reviewing and adjusting as you go. I hope you've started adopting these principles. This week, I want to take a closer look at the second: unwavering determination, how to light that fire that burns deep. Unwavering determination is the fuel that lights and keeps the fire burning deep within us. It fuels us when we feel like quitting. It gives us the relentless drive we need to keep pushing towards our goal, the ability to overcome adversity and challenges that we face. But what exactly does it mean to have an unwavering determination? How can we foster it to activate a beast mode mindset? Well, sit back, grab your coffee, and let's find out. So, imagine you're in the middle of an intense workout. Your blood's pumping, your body starts to burn, your muscles are just freaking out on you, your lungs are screaming for air. Something happens. Our minds start playing games, starts telling us things like, you can't do this. You're not strong enough. You're weak. Just quit. Well, guess what? This is when most people give in. But those with an unwavering determination, the ones that have a beast mode mindset, completely ignore it and just push through. They push through to that goal. They know the pain is temporary. They know that the pain is going to lead them to victory. And the feeling that they get when they reach their goal, it lasts forever, guys. So many times we hear this, whether it's an inventor, sports figure, business owner, author. Edison, he fell 10,000 times before he got it right and got one light bulb. You think of these champions that train for hours and hours and days and months and years for a 4-second race, and all we do is we just sit back and we just say, well, boy, I wish that could be me. Well, guys, stop wishing. Stop wishing and make it happen. We all have the same ability. But unfortunately, most of us will just choose to sit back on the sidelines and be a cheerleader, or worse, a critic. Why? Because it's the easy way. People like that, they don't want to endure the pain. They'd rather just complain. They complain about the things that they wish they had. It's pretty sad, but it's true. I remember as a teen, I played on a team that worked hard, played ball. We worked hard all year. Our coach pushed us. Man, I tell you what, this guy, he loved us dearly, but boy, he pushed us and pushed us and pushed us limits that we never even imagined we had. I remember leaving practices thinking, man, I can't do this. Yet day after day, I would go back thinking, well, maybe that was just an off day. Today will be better. It won't be as tough today as it was yesterday. Then week after week, we got to celebrate small victories that led us to the ultimate goal, a regional championship. Well, while prepping for that big game, I suffered an injury that ultimately ended my future hopes of playing college ball. I was faced with a decision. Do I play in the championship game or not? The doctors were all doom and gloom. If you get hurt again, and my parents were, they were in freak out mode. Oh, if you get hurt, if you get hurt, if you get hurt. But, as the day approached and the days went by and that championship game was coming, I saw the disappointment in my teammates' faces. I heard it in my coaches' voices, just checking on my well-being. Are you okay? and I see it. And then myself, the disappointment. I had a choice to make. I could either face the adversity, I could face the challenge, or I could just sit on the sidelines. And guys, that wasn't going to happen. I was determined to be a part of that winning team. They were pulling guys to play in my position that had never played in that position before. There was no backup for me. I couldn't quit on my brothers. Everybody had worked so hard all year long. I couldn't quit on my coaches. The effort that they put in to drive us. Everyone worked their butts off that year. But most of all, I couldn't quit on myself. I couldn't quit on my dream of being part of a championship team. And I wasn't going to do it on the sidelines. I made the decision to play. Our team was complete, and that season, we won the championship. Well, I share this with you to let you know that feeling when you overcome the obstacles, the challenges, the pain, the feeling that you get when you achieve that goal stays with you forever. And that was a pivotal moment in my young teen years, guys. And I draw from that experience as often as I possibly can. Now, I know that we've all experienced a victory in our lives that was so riddled with challenges, obstacles. But the question I have for you is the same question I had for myself. Where did that fire go? Where did the determination to overcome disappear to? I encourage you to just take some time and just think about that. Think about, relive that victorious moment. Try to taste that victory. Try to taste that feeling again. That fire, that fuel that was burning inside you. Take that and use it to fuel the next part. Use it to fuel the next dream, the next goal. Building an unwavering determination, it gives you the resolve to just keep pushing forward no matter what. And I don't know how to stress that to you because so many times we say, "Oh yeah, I have a goal and I'm driven, I'm focused, I'm going to do this." And yet our mind plays games and we just say, "Oh, well, okay, well maybe next time." And then we find ourselves in that, "I wish I had." So develop the resolve. Push forward no matter what. It'll keep you committed to your goal. And what'll come, the byproduct of that is a ferocious intensity that no matter what, this is going to happen, period. So what I want to do now is just kind of just break it down, right? Because you hear determination, you hear commitment, you hear all these things, but unwavering and pairing it with determination, what does it mean? Well, unwavering, it describes something that never changes. It never wavers. It never shows signs of weakness. It's steady, consistent, and firm. It means keeping an unyielding focus on your goal without getting discouraged by any obstacle or any adversity. Next, determination. Determination refers to purpose and resolve. It always goes back to that why, guys, right? Your purpose. It's the purpose and resolve to achieve a specific goal. It's a mental attitude where you're completely committed to pursuing that particular goal. It involves perseverance and a burning desire to move toward your goal, even while you're facing adversity. So when you put these two together, here's what you get. You get an unwavering and relentless focus. You never take your eyes off the goal. You become resilient to pain. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is an option. You get an unshakable confidence, an unwavering belief in yourself, relentless adaptability, a flexible approach. When one path is blocked, you find another. Think about great running backs. They call the play. They're supposed to go through the 2-hole. They hit that hole. It closes up on them. What do? They just lay down? No, they'll step back and go to try to find another one. They'll go around the end. They'll do whatever it takes. And they're flexible in doing so. You end up with an unyielding commitment. You begin to live the life of quitting is not an option. And that's what we're all trying to get to here. How can we develop this unwavering determination paired with an intense focus to drive us through to the next level? So how do we get there, you ask? Well, in doing some research, here's just a few strategies. So embrace the grind. You build success on daily habits and consistency. Love the process, guys. Love every step and love the effort. If we can't learn to love it, we're not going to do it. Visualize. This is so important. Visualize yourself achieving that goal. Close your eyes, see it, grasp it, feel it. Most of all, believe it. Now, I choose to incorporate this into my quiet time because that's where I'm spending my time in prayer. And when I'm praying, I'm claiming and I'm visualizing. So I encourage you to put that into your mindfulness exercises, your meditation each day. Be positive, guys. This is so crucial. It's so easy with all that's happening around us to get wrapped up in all the crap. And it puts us in a position where we just want to throw in the towel. We just say, it just isn't worth it. Be positive. This is so crucial. It's so easy. Surround yourself with positive influence. When doubts creep in, counter them with positive thoughts and affirmations. I've incorporated some lessons that I've learned from Craig Groeschel's book, Winning the War in Your Mind. Whenever I tell myself a lie or that voice of doubt starts yelling at me, I turn to scripture and I find scripture that counters those lies. I know that God will never lie to me. And that's who I choose to lean into when this starts to happen. Build a strong support system. Surround yourself with like-minded people who share your drive. People that have gone before you, that have overcome to achieve their goals. You hear this all the time, but it's so true, guys. We become a product of our environment. We can choose to hang out with the lions or hang out with the sheep. I choose the lions. So how do we tap into this in the real world? It's real easy to talk about it, right? But how do we actually tap in? It's a world that's full of negativity, divisiveness, obstacles. How do we put all that aside and just tap into this? Well, I've got some action steps for you to get started with today. Number one being daily affirmations. When you start your day in meditation, remind yourself of your goals, visualize and achieve them. Add in positive affirmations, make them big. It's okay. No one's listening to your inner thoughts. Speak these affirmations loudly to yourself and about yourself. Track your progress. Keep a journal, a notepad, notes in your phone. But don't forget, guys, celebrate your victories. Remember, I'm constantly talking about micro goals. You celebrate those small victories, no matter how tiny they are, and use the setbacks as learning opportunities. Push your limits. This is a big one. Step outside of your comfort zone. And when you get comfortable there, because you will, step out again. Whether it's at work, the gym, personal pursuits, push your limits. And then push them again. Over and over and over. And this next one's so important. Stay consistent. Guys, consistency is key to everything. Do something every day. Put in the work day after day after day. I encourage you guys, start putting these into practice and do it sooner rather than later. The results, I promise you, will blow you away. An unwavering determination is at the heart of beast mode. It's the fuel that keeps that fire burning. It pushes you through the pain and propels you towards your goal. And at the end of the day, guys, we all want the same thing. We want to achieve greatness. So remember, guys, the road to success is never easy. It's riddled with potholes, obstacles, pain, suffering, but with an unwavering determination, you can conquer any challenge that comes your way. Thanks again, guys, for joining me in the Leader's Realm, for taking the time and investing in yourself. You're taking the necessary steps, guys, to activate a beast mode mindset and change your lives. I'm proud of each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please take a minute to leave a review. Tune in next week when we discuss exceptional work ethic, the third characteristic to activating a beast mode mindset. Until next week, this is Tony Camerata, and remember, stay fast, stay fluid, and stay flexible. Be the absolute best that you can be.